Today we're going to read from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, from verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile. Amen. The text here in Jeremiah, if you're not familiar with this passage, was when God sent the people from Jerusalem to Babylon, and they were captive there, and because of the sin and everything that they have done, but not because God hated and wanted to punish them, but because God loved them. He was saying, look, I have good plans for your life. Even though you are in captivity, my plans didn't change. I have plans for hope, and I have plans for future, and I have plans to give you what you are waiting. But while you are in captivity, you need to come to me. Pray and ask with all your heart, and I will answer you. It's very interesting to read again this book at these days, because at the beginning, the chapter 29, on verse 2, the people that went to Babylon from Jerusalem was after King Joachim and the queen mother, the court officials, the leaders of Judah and Jerusalem, the craftsmen and the artisans had gone into exile from Jerusalem. It's interesting because all sphere of society at that time went to captivity. And looking to our situation today in this quarantine time, everybody is from government, from hard workers, from nurses, doctors, teachers, simple people, child, old people. Everybody is in the same situation. But God is saying to us, as He said to His people in the past, I have a future for you. I have good plans. You can have hope. Don't be dismayed in this time. I do not want to harm you, but I have plans for good, for prosperity, for blessing to you. What do you need to do is come to me, trust me. And I believe this time we are in quarantine. It's a time to go deep with God and ask Him for His guidance, for not just protection for our health, for our physical, but for principle, for our hearts, for our salvation, for our spirituality. Because without God we can do nothing. And my prayer today is that you can understand this time as a blessing from God, not as a curse or to harm you. God has no pleasure in doing wrong because He is good. He cannot do wrong. And my prayer today for all of us and for all the nations is that we can turn to God and cry out with all our heart to Him, as He says here, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back from captivity. This time of pandemic is gonna go, and some point we will go back to our lives, but I don't believe we will go back to the normal we are used to, but we will go back to a new beginning with God. And then I pray that you can seek God and be closer to Him, and listen to Him and walk in faith. God has good plans and a good future for all of us. May God bless you all and give you strength and give you new expectations and surprise you with His care and His love. Amen.